Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and cream, cream and muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head to me.
Alright, welcome to the Patreon edition of... Oh, it's not, it's the Monday edition.
Is this the Monday one?
Fucking hell, where's my head at? Rein in all the fucking hot goss you're about to drop for the patrons. This is public.
All the exclusive shit.
Put your phone voice on, Mark. You're at your grandparents' house. No swearing. This is the one where you get complaints. This is the one Sarah Pascoe listens to.
Is this the
It's my New Year's resolution not to talk about it. I'm completely over it.
Do you ever get complaints?
No, just in her book.
Right.
Just when she quoted with verbatim.
Yeah.
What was said on the podcast.
Yeah. I think anything.
Try not to watch my words now.
Anything quoted verbatim never comes out good.
Yeah, there was no arguing with it really. So, you've been away for the weekend. You've actually been on the road.
Aye. Proper touring. I felt like a proper touring comic this weekend.
Good.
Like, it was good, man. Because I did Butlins yesterday. Skegness Butlins.
Mate, you gotta love that. I'd done the launch gig of that one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is gonna be a disaster, but
it's fucking insane. Like,
is that right?
Because when I got there, because I've never been to Skegness in my life, and when I got there, I assumed it would be like, I don't know, like 40 people or something on a Sunday afternoon, and then I turned up and it's this arena, like just huge arena. Like I said at the start, I felt like I was warming up for the darts. You know, like it was just this, and there was like about 600 people there.
Aye.
All wrecked.
I'll cheat on that fucking family.
Yeah.
All the families are back home. We're out shagging at Skegness. Just a nice drink with the boys, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's just insane. And I think that they were saying like we were the only entertainment that was on that day. So just everybody proper hungover as well.
When we were doing it, the previous act that was on in that room before us, because all the like kind of show running times and stuff were backstage, was Atomic Kitten.
No.
And I couldn't stop Matt Reid sniffing the toilet. He was licking the toilet seats and that. He took one of them off. He's took it home with him. He's got, quote this verbatim. Matt Reid has the toilet seat from Skegness Butlins hanging up in his living room from Atomic Kitten girl sitting on it, shiting.
He licks them every day. That's part of his morning routine.
After he brushes his teeth, and then licks Kerry Katona's toilet seat. Arguably, she probably wasn't there of all the ones.
She would have been. She was the first iteration of Atomic Kitten.
Aye.
So I don't even know the other one's names.
Oh, is it like? Is that my dog scratching at the door? She can hear we're talking.
I think so.
Luckily, we've got a good roadcaster and a cut suit the ambient noise, so it's just us that'll have to put up with it. Poor Peggy. She's like, who else would they be talking to me if it's not me?
Yeah.
That's happens every time on the phone. I could be sat in the living room, right? She'll be just chilling in the kitchen with her Kong. Kong's one of them little like fucking like a hollowed out kind of bouncy ball.
Right.
That's like you fill with dog food and kibble. And
All right.
Just to get it, so it's tantric and it keeps them busy for a while.
All right.
Kong.
So it's like a problem solving thing for them that they need to get the food out.
I like it is the same way a tin of Pringles is a problem for us when it gets down to the last few.
Aye.
It's not that big a problem.
No.
Still really solvable, but just an awkward way of eating.
What's it called? A Kong?
Kong. I think that's the brand of it.
Aye. Does she have toys?
Fucking mate, I can't get moved for her toys.
Really?
What I try to do, because people buy toys as gifts, which is fucking lush, because like she gets bored of stuff quickly, so you give her a new one and she's like, I'll allow that for half an hour. So I try and like keep a basket of them and like swap them out so it keeps her interest, but not allow her the floor. But the swapping part fucking keeps catches off guard. Because I'll grab something and give it to her, and then like she'll take it off somewhere, and like there's toys all over the house.
And see, as a female dog, they don't shag people's legs, do they?
They absolutely shag
They still do,
people's legs.
do they? Because I thought it might just be male dogs because they're the ones that are actually doing the.
I've got a level with you, right? For a little while, I thought we'd misgendered my dog.
Right.
And we had a boy dog with a tiny penis. Because everyone that's funny, she's got like this kind of tuft of hair.
Right.
That like I'm not about to start trimming her fanny hair.
No.
It's not who I am. I'm not about to start vajazzling me Cavapoo. Vajazzle me Cavapoo, there's the title of the podcast. I always look for the title when we're talking. But I'm not about to trim that. But I was like, I wonder if there's a tiny cock underneath that little tuft of hair that the breeder didn't notice. Because she keeps humping stuff, and it's normally like if she's like super excited or like she's like she's amped up. She has this like moment where like she'll be like subdued for like not subdued, but just like a puppy for the majority of the day, and then half an hour where her tongue just hangs out of her mouth and her eyes are a bit wider and she's feral. You know what I mean? She's just like
She lost her shit. Yeah.
she's just like she forgets her name.
Yeah.
She's just like fucking Arlo at the shop. She's like, fucking who wants a fight? She's a proper wido. She's a proper wido when she gets that, right? And every now and again when she's in that mood, she starts like humping your leg. But she's got this snuggle pup that we got her that was like the cutest thing. It's got like, we talked about it when I first got Peggy on the podcast. It's got like this little heartbeat.
Right.
So when she gets separated from her litter, initially, you put it in a crate with her.
Right,
and
okay.
it just gives the feeling of like companionship.
All right.
Crate while wearing the
Right.
She's just built a fucking love-hate relationship with that cunt. Like,
Yeah.
I bought it like, oh, this is the most adorable thing. It brings a tear to my eyes. And you look, oh, 1 minute, she's fucking ragdolling it, bashing it around. I hate you because I love you. Next minute, she's shagging the arse off it. I called her Peggy, not Nan. That she's Peg cunts. That's not even my joke. That was someone on Instagram. I posted a video of her shagging snuggle pup and she was like, I can see why you call her Peggy.
So what was like? What was under the tuft of hair?
Do you want to get in? Have a look live on the podcast.
It's not clitoris, is it?
I think
Do female dogs have clitoris?
definitely.
I don't know if other animals have clitoris.
It's one of the only parts of her that I didn't pet, just in case. Just in case. Although fucking Natalie this morning fucking thought I was making inappropriate noises with my dog. Because I've joined a new gym, right? And I got back into it, hit the ground running as if I'd never stopped going to the gym. And obviously you can't do that. You've got to take it easy. I'm nearly 40 now. You've got to ease yourself back into the gym.
Yeah.
I just banged in deadlifts, didn't warm up properly, tried to be fucking as heavy as I could, and felt a twinge in my back. It didn't go, but I was like, your gym session ends now.
Yeah.
Self-preservation. And my back's just been like, it doesn't feel like it's like it's gone, but it's like really bruised.
Yeah.
Like I've had
It's a bins.
barking at the bin man. Hi, fucking. Honestly, he spent so much fucking money on the good equipment for this podcast now. He has me dog barking at the bin man. Doesn't need to escape from it. You need a studio to the top and bottom of it. Right. So I put me back out and I'm one of them guys, Mark, where I kiss me dog, right? Mm-hmm. Not on the mouth, not tongue on tongue,
yeah,
right, but like just where our lips end here and our cheek start. She's got this little patch of cheek on her eye, and I always like smack a kiss on her cheek, and she goes like she like lets it happen with her eyes like wide up and like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm not against it.
Yeah.
She just freezes up when you do it. Yeah. So when she's going hyper, it's like a little fucking door sale switch where you're like, mwah, right?
She's thinking to herself, I'm going to fucking ruin that thing after this is over.
She's put in the spank bang and she's going to shag the arse off Snuggle Pup. But because I've done my back out, I let out a bit of a groan when I went doing it and then started doing the but Natalie heard it as like a sex noise. And she was like, Kai, you gotta stop being sexual with a dog. And I was like, you're sexualizing it. It's the most fucking innocent thing in the world. She was like, you're letting out groans. Like, this is our words. You're letting out groans like you're setting the atmosphere.
The atmosphere. As if you'd lit candles, fucking Barry White on.
And then just went,
I mean, to be fair to Natalie, like, I think if anyone walked into a room and found someone kissing a dog and then going, like you go, is he gonna fuck that dog?
And then the dog just starts opening. So
Here's another question, right? This is remarkable what little I know about dogs. See, male dogs, when they shag your leg, do they come?
oh, I don't know. That's a worry.
Because that would be, like, because I've had dogs, but that would be a game changer for me. That would be like a line. I couldn't have a dog come on my leg. Like, that would be proper fucking disgusting.
It would be very on brand. Like Mark, that would be so on brand for a dog. A dog just come up and jizz all over your new suit just before you went on a Skegness Butlins.
my only ever TV appearance was that stain in your leg. A fucking dog outside jizzed on me.
So I don't know what Peggy gets out of it. I don't know if she gets anything out of it or it's just like a primal thing.
Yeah.
I think it's like attention seeking or like trying to assert dominance.
Aye.
Which I think's like maybe that's why she does it to Natalie more than she does with me.
Yeah.
Because Natalie's a bit more of a pushover with her.
Right.
Like, you know, for me, if like she does this thing where she's like fucking boxing her own paws, I don't know what that's all about. Like. But if you try and stop her or try and pet her, she'll like go for you and like put her mouth on you.
Aye.
And it's not a bite, but it's something that you need to get out of her because that could escalate into that puppy mouth and can escalate into biting. And you know, even though that was late on me, if she did that to the kid, like whose skin's a bit softer or who might pull away and tear away and just like that's the fucking end of Peggy's life, right?
Like, totally.
I put down from just a primal reaction. So you got to fucking stop that immediately. So if she puts her mouth on us, I'll fucking like pick her up and I'll put her out of the room and I'll put her on timeout just so she knows that there's an instant cause and effect from that happening. And Natalie's a bit more like casual, like not casual with that. She wouldn't let her bite, but like she'll be and I'm like a bit more like get out of the room.
When you put her out of the room and put her on like timeout, does she recognise that? Like, does she go all sheepish and like? Does she know she's done shit wrong?
A bitch. She'll scratch at the door a little bit and then she'll just fuck off and do her own thing. And then after she's doing her own thing, after the moment's gone. I honestly don't know. I'm learning as I go. I've never had a dog before. I'm fucking probably making a bunch of mistakes on it. I'm probably making a killer. I do find that though, you know. When she was mouthing a lot more. Whatever we're doing's working because she's getting loads better. She used to mouth quite a bit, but then again she was teething and knew her new teeth. Did you know dog's teeth? Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that. No.
So they have baby teeth and then they fall out.
Do they fall out? Like?
Oh mate, I felt like a fucking abuser. I was playing like little rag doll with her little dinosaur toy. Fucking one of her bigger teeth, like the kind of
the canines.
Aye, just fucking fired across the floor. And I was like, "Fuck! I hope that was an old one and not one of the new ones." You don't have shaved, Mark, until you've pulled a fucking puppy's teeth out.
No, I know.
Not my finest hour, I tell you. See, I just wish I didn't like it, you know. You know, move on to bigger things now.
See when you were young. How much did you get for the tooth fairy?
£1.
Aye, I was like, it's like I think that.
Is that not the going rate?
£5 standard now.
£5.
A £5, aye.
£5 a tooth.
£5 a tooth, aye. So how many cases?
Paper.
Paper, aye. Yeah.
You're whipping up paper for a tooth.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that is a standard. That's
a standard for birthdays.
I think. I think
you used to get that in the car.
Yeah, you did. Aye. But you used to.
Economy though.
I think the insert is
fucking Rishi Sunak.
If it isn't the energy prices, it's the
Rishi's fucking ramping up the price of teeth.
It might be. It might not be. I think the first time I had to do it was I didn't have any coins, so I think it might be that a £5 was the only one I had. And then once you've given the first a £5, then that's it set now. That's the standard.
Yeah, fucking because I've got godkids in abundance, right? I've mentioned this before. I've got a 5-a-side team with subs now. I've got rolling subs on the fives, you know. I've got my sixth godkid. And I used to, cause when I was 3, I used to give them 20 quid, right? And then when it started ramping up and I ended up with 5, it's only recently become 6. When it ramped up to 5, I was like, is I getting a tenner now? And I changed it to a tenner, especially how the girls were a bit more like, probably weren't as expecting. A couple of them are working, you know.
Aye.
And then I just like, after having like a decent tour there, the first one's birthday come round and I whapped a 20 in. And then I was like, what have you done? Because that's all of them new.
No, I know.
You got to fucking, that's me, yeah. I laid out the fucking economy for me, yeah, and the first birthday card.
Yeah.
I was like, fucked it.
You have to factor in with your tax at the end of the year.
I have absolutely fucked it.
So,
The price of car insurance.
I don't know. I don't think we've got godparents
You
for
don't.
our kids.
Apparently I do. I got christened. My godparents didn't bother with me.
Aye.
I've never met them.
Have you never met them?
Nah.
Fuck.
Nah, I don't think they give a. I don't even think they pray for us, Mark.
Gee, what?
Like, you're meant to pray for them.
Are you? See, we haven't had any.
It's half me morning. That 6 of them. Fucking, I've got a chapel. Got a chapel at the back. Fucking gonna cause it.
Yeah, we didn't get our kids christened or baptised at all.
Yeah.
I find that I've been to them. I find it weird.
So there was one I went to. I'll not mention names, right? But it was in Glasgow, and you take your religion quite seriously around these here parts, right? And the person who were getting their kid christened wanted to book it into this specific church because that's where all the family go. And it was like where they were christened, and it's the family church, right? But because they've moved to another part of Glasgow, they took the booking and all that, and they took the money, and then they were just like, "Oh, the christening won't count because you aren't like in the catchment area for this church. You need to get the proper christening on this catchment area." And by some fucking weird bureaucracy, done the like pseudo ceremony, you know, like. When I got married in Ibiza, that was Natalie hates us calling us this, but that was the veneer of the ceremony.
Yeah,
the real fucking the ceremony that counted was just 4 of us in a registry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the legal shit. Yeah,
signing a bit of paper. Right, we didn't tell anybody about that because we didn't want to deflect from what was like going to be seen in the eyes of our friends and family as the date to remember that we said we're vows to each other. Yeah, right. So they were like pretty much you can have the christening here, but it's not going to count as a christening. You're going to have to go out to the other church and do it there. And I was like, how fucking evil are these priests or vicars or whatever, right?
How evil are priests?
Oh, they are the fucking... If they truly believe in their faith, in the bullshit that they're spouting, right? They think that baby's not going to have a passage into heaven, and that baby is going to burn for eternity, fire and brimstones in hell, right? And they're just blasé about it, going... Oh, you've got to go out to the other catchment area.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine you're fucking like, you're bleeding out, you've been shot and you come to the hospital and they're just like, oh, this isn't your hospital, you're going to have to go into another one. You're like, but have a conscience, this person's bleeding out, they're going to die. Right? Then you've got to go into the other one. You're like, you either don't believe in any of the shit that you're saying, or... you do believe in it, and you're a pure evil arsehole cunt that's going to risk this child going to hell and being raped by the devil.
Exactly. Because of an admin thing.
Because of bureaucracy. Because of a bit of red tape. But you got to take the money for the service.
That'd be so fucking gutting if there is an afterlife and you're trying to get into heaven and there's a guy just standing there looking through your file going, a bit of a problem here. I think you'll find your postcode was this. You should have been...
you should have been in a different church. What do you think? And our God's omnipotent, but he's got a fucking schedule like the bin man. He's got to be in different streets on different days.
I find it all because, like, I've been to like, what's the other thing they do? Is it Holy Communion? What is that thing?
That's where they give you like.
That's the wee biscuit,
the tiny little biscuit, and a little bit of wine.
Aye,
they give you wine.
Aye, because that's the blood of Christ.
They used to do that when I was in school because I moved to a Catholic school. For like the last year of school, not because it was Catholic, just that's where like all my mates that I played football were, and I had to move school for. Aye, like I had to outrun a bully. just briefly, right? In fact, you know what? We can do this. We can do this story again because I think it's been like very early podcast when I tell this story, right? But there was this lad called Andrew Winters who was the year above me in school, and he and his mates got me and my friend to have a fight with each other. And if we didn't fight each other, they'd batter both
Jesus.
right? Like proper bullying that. Like, that's built.
Did you go to school in a prison? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
the school doesn't even exist anymore. It's been razed to the ground. This is Ridley High School, right?
Jesus.
I just joined the school. Fucking these lads got so we had the shittest fight you've ever seen in your life because we didn't want to hurt each other.
Aye.
But we didn't. So we're just like. You know, like flailing hands, like elbows tucked in, put no hips into the punches, fighting like Tyrannosaurus Rexes. Yeah. I mean that makes it sound like it's good, but the hands, think of the hands, not the mouth. We weren't biting each other. All right, we'll fuck it for the sake of it. We're biting each other. And the lads were onto her, and they just went, "Make an effort, I will chin you."
Jesus Christ.
And then my mate chinned us, and that was the last we spoke to each other again.
Fucking hell.
Didn't really tag after that at all to keep that friendship going.
So was it just these two lads watching you fight?
There was like a handful of them.
Put some effort into it. And
I remember like this lad was like, he had a goatee beard. Right? And I remember like at the time thinking he looked like a man and he looked fucking
How old were you?
I was year 9 and he was like year 11 or something. So there's 2 years in between where what year do you finish school? Like 15, 16.
Aye.
So I would have been 13 and they would have been like 15.
And he had a goatee beard,
Had a
like
goatee
15.
beard. Aye.
Jesus.
And I remember that being fucking mind blowing because I'd just come into middle school and that was this fucking man.
Aye.
But like I bet you if you saw him now, like a fucking goatee beard 15-year-old. Fucking dog. Look at that absolute
I know.
fucking nerd. No wonder he's a bullying cunt. He looks like a fucking bellend. Of course he's insecure. Have you seen him?
Fucking good. It's the fact that it's a goatee beard as well. It's not even like it's a shaped goatee beard.
Aye, in the fucking heat of the George Michael 90s.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I went ahead and fucking told the teachers about him. I was fucking bubbling my eyes out on her and I was bleeding from the mouth and that. And I told the teachers what happened as soon as I asked. I just told them, and fucking he obviously got dealt with by the teachers. And then I got kicked out of class. And I'm trying to remember what it was that got us kicked. It was in IT, and I think it was something like I was looking up like pictures of Jenny McCarthy.
What's a 90s reference?
I think this is what it was, right? I was looking up pictures of Jenny McCarthy and me mate come along and fucking press Control and P or whatever and fucking printed it. I can't mind what it was.
Amazing.
But it was something about the fucking something inappropriate coming out the printer on the other teacher's desk or something. And this was like the introduction of computers into school. So it's like fucking pretty early doors. Internet into school anyway. You had the BBC ones early doors, but the internet in schools. And I get turfed out the class, and I'm stood out the class, and I see him through the window of the class opposite.
What, fucking David Brent?
David Brent's there. Fucking Martinelli. D'Artagnan fucking swashbuckles his way out of the clean. He asked the teacher if he can go for a piss, right? And he fucking comes and fucking picks me up and pins us up against the wall.
Jesus.
Right? And he fucking pins us there, and I legit pissed me pants. I legit pissed me pants, man. I pissed in my pants. So fucking when I went back into class, like, I'm ginger, aren't I? So everyone just thought that's how I smell. They were questioned that I smell a piss.
Guys coming.
Oh, ammonia.
Someone eating sugar puffs in here.
She was eating asparagus. So I fucking tell the lass in my class, right? I'll not use names here, right? But I tell this lass in my class who was like canny hot, right? But she was like good mates. So, like me and her and this other like nice lass whose daughter listens to the podcast. Her daughter, her son, he's gonna love that. His son listens to the podcast, right? I'll just use their names, fuck it, Tracy and Jill, right? And I was good mates with them, right? Even though like like they were like hot lasses in my school, right?
And
but
you smelt the piss.
But I smelled the piss. I guess I wasn't a threat, you know what I mean? Like, lads were trying to hit on them, and I was just like so not in with a chance that they were just like, here's me pal. And we used to write like jokey poems and all that, like the shaggy dolls instead of the raggy dolls. In fact, there was
the shaggy dolls.
We used to write like parody poems.
I'm fucking glad this guy's bullying you now. The shaggy doll.
We used to write poems. I'd love to find that book of poems, man. It would be fucking so funny if that showed up. We used to like do roast poems of like people in my class, and
right?
And we used to just because we were in middle school together, so I still knew them in high school, right? But when we were in middle school, me and Tracy went to the fucking school nurse and told the school nurse that she was pregnant with my baby. And that was like ridiculous because she was one of the hotter girls in school, the more popular girls in school. And I look like, do you see pictures of me when I was in school?
Yeah.
Fucking big glasses and all that, massive teeth, fucking ginger hair, like fucking gelled into little lines beforehand. Fuck, man, like that must have been some laugh for the nurse guy. What the fuck's he doing? So anyway, we did that as a joke to the nurse, but we jinxed it because our son, who's probably listening to this, is like 21 or 22, like however old he would be for her to be a teenage pregnancy. Basically. She was a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I tell these lasses what had happened to us, right? And one of the lasses was going out with this lad from sixth form, which in hindsight, bit of a nonce. In hindsight, let's just call him Adam Johnson. Good lad. But you're not looking back on it now. All of us are gone.
It's a
different time back
then. It's a different time. I could get away with it.
So she told her boyfriend, and after school one day, this lad kicked the living fuck out of Winters.
Really?
For doing that to us.
Wow.
And I just watched on like fucking, you know the scene from Friday where Chris Tucker walks up to Debo and he's like, you got knocked the fuck out. You know that scene?
Aye.
Fuck, man, that was, because at the time fucking Friday was my favourite film. And I got to live the fucking best scene.
Amazing, man.
I was like, that's fucking class, that.
So the guy, goatee guy, never bothered you ever again after that?
Mate, I was untouchable for the rest of that school,
So you were getting protected by a nonce at school. This was a prison, Kai. This was like...
I got absolutely protected by a nonce at school. You know what, now I think about it, just to keep him out of jail, not that it will, I think we're in year 10, because it was the next year. Oh no, maybe so, hear us out. I finished year 9 and 10 in Ridley High School. It's hard to piece it together. I was that long gone, right? I finished year 9 and 10, and then this lad, like, he finished his sixth form. He was done.
Right, so
he was leaving the school completely.
So he'd be 17, 18.
Aye.
I mean, I'm no Rishi Sunak, but doing the maths here, like
crunching the numbers. Look, I'm not condoning what he did, but I am going to take his help when I.
Aye.
He was leaving the school.
That's what I always say. It's better,
maybe he was spending his eye on it.
It's better to have a nonce and not need one than need a nonce and not have one. Like.
I'm dying. This is the public episode, Mark. Right. So he was leaving the school, and I was like, we have got to go now.
Aye.
My time's up here. Like, your protection's running. It's not under, I'm not under warranty anymore.
Yeah.
I've got to get the fuck out of Dodge here.
Aye.
And I started having, like, playing football on the weekends with these lads. And
so that's when you went to the Catholic school?
Well, the Catholic school. I was just like, now where I'll get protected by nonsense. Now where there's nonsense in abundance.
Yeah. You're looking for nonsense, mate? Try the Catholic school. Cause...
I tried St. Willie's. It was called St. Willie's. It was called St. Willie's. Yeah. No, it wasn't St. Wilfrid's. It was St. Benedict's Cups. St. Benny's it was. So I went to St. Benedict's Cups and lived out me fucking witness protection. Lived out me witness protection in a different school. And back to the point, they had mass. They had like every now and again they'd have mass.
Aye.
Now would they give the kids wine?
Nah, I don't
that
think
how
that's...
they do?
I don't think that's...
Is that how they get them to keep secrets?
I think that would make them talk if they were pissed. What a mistake that would be. Like, you know how chatty kids get after they've had a wife? Because I went to Catholic school as well. I went to a Catholic secondary school, yeah. But again, it was just because it was down the road.
Aye.
And you get a lot of extra holidays that a non-denominational school would get.
Aye.
You get like Ash Wednesday off and shit like that. Because do you never remember like when they were like, you know how they get the ash?
Oh yeah.
On the forehead. So there's hundreds of folk going about with dirty foreheads and stuff.
Aye. Because I didn't get involved with all that shit when it was happening.
No, neither did I.
I would just be like, oh, that's what the other kids do. But we did pray before class.
Oh, did you?
Aye. I did it in advance for me god kids, got it in lieu, so I didn't have to bother when I'm an adult. And then I married into a Rangers family in true rebellion.
Yeah. Is it... Do you still teach RE? Do you have RE, religious education, when you were at school?
I remember getting bollocked in RE for being inappropriate about Aboriginals.
You got bollocked for being on the computer and searching for pictures of Pamela Anderson. I got bollocked in RE for watching the Pammy and Tommy Lee sex tape.
You did?
No, that's what I'm saying. You did.
Sorry, I thought you hadn't.
Fucking...
No, honestly, right? Because I had this bit of homework where I had to do a little bit. It was about other cultures in RE, and I had to write something about Aboriginals, and I fucking forgot all about it. And it was on the way to school. I just started fucking jotting down just loads of just ignorant shit. I knew
just making stuff up about Aboriginals.
I didn't even know what it was to be an Aborigine. I didn't know anything about Australia. I was a fucking an ignorant child, right? And like, where they're like the bear for the internet. I didn't exactly sit and watch Discovery Channel at home. I didn't pick up the National Geographic and thumb through it. Like, I knew fucking nothing apart from like I'd seen some pictures of them, I guess, around like wearing like kind of, I don't know what they wear. Loincloths, aye. Mate, I'm doing it now. And I put something about them wearing nappies. I put something about them wearing nappies. And I got bollocked the way I should have got bollocked.
Aye.
I got bollocked as a child for being racist.
Aye.
And that's exactly what happened.
I don't know if that is racist. I think it's just
being
ignorant. Like,
that's me fucking teacher not doing a job.
Aye.
That's me teacher not telling me anything about the fucking... I guess it's an assignment. I was off to do my own research.
Aye. Oh, you definitely should have. But I don't think making shit up about people's... Because surely racism is using stereotypes that already exist, and you're just taking on those stereotypes, whether they're true or not. Whereas you were just making up random shit. You can't,
mate, I was literally fucking freestyling on a scrap of paper about Aborigines, and you fuck all about them. And the only thing I do remember is that I said that they wear nappies in adult life. And that's the only thing I can remember that I wrote. And if one thing could ever get us cancelled, it's me year 11 RE assignment to put Aborigines.
I can't wait till Sarah Pascoe writes a book about your RE, your Aboriginal RE.
And you know, like, fucking go, because I've been out in Australia and like went to the fucking museums and shit like that. Even though I'm not regaling much about it now, none of it stuck. Like now when I like realise how fucking heinous just the ignorance towards the whole culture was as a child, like. Makes you squirm a bit, but you're okay.
I genuinely don't think that. I don't think if you're just making shit up because you've been lazy is racism. Like if you were to suddenly go, like, tell you one thing about the French, they never eat a Twix. You like go, what? Like it's not racist. It's not. You're just like I don't fuck all about the French.
Oh, what was it? You know, Ari Mattison. Have you ever met him? Estonian comic.
No.
He's been on the podcast like fairly recently, like when we've done the European tour. He just like. Goes, ginger people have always got dirty feet. And I was like, where the fuck have you pulled this from? And he was like, yeah, ginger girls, they've always, he specifically made the ginger women, they've always got dirty feet from just like, I don't know, running through the forest.
They've They've always got dirty feet because they're always running away from the sunlight. Constantly trying to find a shadow.
Like, when we done Tea in the Park, the Calvin Harris was on.
Yeah.
With Will Smith rocked up.
Yeah.
I remember doing the comedy tent, and it was the sunniest summer on record in Scotland, and the comedy tent was just full of gingers trying to survive. When I say it was full, it was pretty empty.
Yeah.
But the people that were in were just gingers getting out the sun.
It was just a sea of dirty feet.
Just dirty feet having ginger, barefooted ginger hobbits. Oh man, imagine being held accountable for things that you said and done when you were a kid.
Oh fuck.
Like, holy fuck, man. Like, just having to put your hand up, like they're just quoting it back to you as if like it was you as an adult, as a 40-year-old person saying it now, and it all got quoted back to you like you say a fucking verbatim when it was in someone's book. And you just had to hear the trial of the stuff you said and did as a child. Yeah. As a teen.
I wonder what do you think the cut-off age is for when you have to actually take responsibility?
What, like cancellation juvie?
Yeah.
What's just juvie for cancel culture? Like, nah, yeah, mate, you were 24 when you said
exactly,
that. Fuck you. Shit, even stuff from the early 20s was probably reprehensible.
Yeah. Have you ever looked back at old tweets and shit like that?
You know what? Like the Facebook memories that pop up, you can always tell when it was an old one. Because it will have is.
Yeah.
Because it blocked in the is.
Yeah.
So really good that the carbon dated with that. Yeah. Right? But everything that I've ever said that comes up on the memories with an is just straight, direct, do not pass go into Muggle corner. Aye. It's not even that it's horrendous and like racist, homophobic. It's not like derogatory, bigoted. It's just fucking
so
lame,
cringeworthy, man.
Cringeworthy pish.
And it makes it worse because and it makes it worse because remember the start of Facebook, you would talk about yourself in the third person. You had to. You're prompted to. Like that, and it just reads so cringy. You're just like, my God, who the fuck did I think I am? And the Facebook memory doesn't lock in the is. It's just there as part of the part of the post. Yeah. Mark Nelson hopes that. Who the fuck are you talking about? You hope. Not Mark Nelson hopes. Jesus. But we were like, everything was novel with that. Because when was it, 2007? I don't even know when Facebook started. Everything was novel. Like I used to just open chats with people, like not like DM sliding, not like chatting up girls, although I probably was doing a bit of that too. But like, if somebody like was on Facebook and I saw that they were on, I'd just start chatting to them. I'd use it as, because we went straight from MSN to Facebook, and I would sit down at the desktop. I didn't have it on my phone. I have it on the desktop, and I suppose we had MySpace in between that as well. Yeah. And I'm like, it's got this chat function, who's online? And I'd just be like, hi, how you doing? What you up to? And I just used it as a fucking chat room. No, if you just went on and I saw like, I don't know, like Ryan Cullen's online, and I was just like, hi Ryan, what you up to? Yeah. You'd be like, what's this? Yeah. What you up to? Like, what's happening here? You're just sparking a conversation with the blue with no substance. What's the weather like at your end? I remember even pre-MSN, right, when I was in Air Cadets, as a bullied preteen, we had a radio where you could tune in and radio other stations of other Air Cadets, and you had to use, like, so we'd learn all the phonetic alphabet. Oh my God. And it would always be like, you would make comms with someone and then you just ask shit about like, how's your connection? What's the weather like? Oh my God. But it was all like proper basic stuff on the like fucking radio channel. Did you have that? Because it's similar to that. Did you have that? A period. I remember I was talking to another comic about this. Did you have a period where CB radios were massive? Oh, people used to listen to Cops for like a summer, and everyone had a fucking CB radio, and you would be able to tune out the police channels and the fire brigade and stuff like that.
Because I used to spend every weekend at my granddad's house, and a couple of my pals that like stayed at their grandparents out the road. So there was like me and my brother and these two brothers, and we used to fucking knock around all the time. I'd completely lost touch with them. I'd love to see them again. Because growing up, we're like best pals. But then just like I stopped staying at my granddad's because I grew up. They stopped staying at theirs, and like nobody had mobile phones there. But all the way through childhood, hung around with these kids, and every time we went into theirs for a glass of water or whatever, a glass of juice, their granddad was like tuned into the cops.
Was he?
He was always tuned in.
What was he up to, man?
Man.
The mastermind behind a fucking bank job.
Fuck ass, but he always had the fucking any comms that were coming through cops' radio stations were buzzing out of his back room.
Wow. Jesus.
I wonder if he was just an ex-cop. Might have been that.
Aye.
It's kind of like out of the job.
But it was never, I mean, I never had one or never did it. But I remember being round at guys that did have it, and they thought it was the coolest shit. But it was never interesting.
Nah.
Like you were never tuning in, and suddenly there was a fucking mass shooting in Dumfries. You know, it's always like
it wasn't like the fucking the one Paul Walker film that isn't Fast and Furious called Roadkill, where candy cane, hey candy cane, like come in Rusty Nail. What could go wrong here? Yeah. What could go wrong here? Candy cane contacting Rusty Nail on a CB radio.
Rusty Nail. The fact that Paul Walker was in a film called Roadkill makes me laugh as well.
Oh my god! Fast and Furious in Roadkill. If only there was a warning.
Yeah. What's your new project, Paul? It's called Burning Wreckage.
Aye, scrape me off the road. Scrape me off the road 5. None of this is foreshadowing at all. Fucking hell, the prophecy. Jesus wept.
Rusty Nail. You would never talk to anyone call himself Rusty Nail. No good relationship's going to come of someone with Rusty Nail.
Septic chisel. Aye. I just got back from the dentist before we got here.
Aye.
And I had a scale and polish. You getting one of them done?
No.
It's basically an archaeological dig on your teeth.
So did they just scrape all the plaque off and shit?
Aye, they get right in amongst it. It pinches a little bit because they get right in it, your gums and all that, and they dig it out. But it's a team effort.
Right.
You know that? Like, they get in, fucking, now someone gives you one of these. They're both, like, tugging at your cheeks and that, I think. It's hard to tell. You got your goggles on, you're looking up into the light. And one of them's got, like, I guess, like a hose. Because, like, you're drooling all over yourself.
Oh, yeah, the wee sucker. Yeah, it just sucks up all the drool. Yeah.
Drool sucker.
Yeah.
And there's loads of just, like, chips of plaque going in. Man, I couldn't help it, like, because I've got, like, I've had my nose broken a fair few times, fights, rugby, football, the fucking works. It's had a fucking good scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I reckon a good half a dozen hits. Good half a dozen clean hits, right? And a couple of good breaks in amongst that. I can only breathe with one nostril, so I'm a default mouth breather. I had to really mindfully breathe through my nose. Me one little fucking coke route. I'm trying to.
It's like the Suez Canal.
I started having placebo coke eyes from the last time I used my nostril. It's like the Suez Canal.
See when the bits of plaque are chipping off, do you hear that like rattling up the sucker?
Yeah, it's like spraying all over your goggles and it rattles up the sucker, and it's like you're trying to keep your tongue still. I'm mindfully trying to keep your tongue still, but it can't help but like move it a little bit, and you can feel like lumps and chunks in there. And without any like, my body wasn't given permission. I didn't like purposefully do it, but I kept just going. And he's like, oh, I wouldn't drink that, like.
Oh God.
That's gonna rip me arse up when I shit that.
That's gonna be a brutal one.
I'm about to bite my own arsehole from the inside.
Have you ever had your ear syringed?
Aye.
That's class.
Fucking mate, they pulled out a conker.
Aye, I love it, man.
It was his Everest.
Yeah.
When he did it, because one of my ears popped. I was coming into land. It was like altitude festival coming into land, right? And my ear popped. With the pressure of the airplane, and I went a full tour and it didn't unpop.
Oh God, that's a nightmare as well,
weird.
man.
I felt you were bombing to that side of the room.
Yeah, you can't deliver jokes, and you can't because your balance is all off as well. You can't walk. And
should have seen me snowboarding. That fucks you. It's not a gig. It puts you off. Like you just constantly it fucking knocks your confidence.
Yeah.
So he fucking gets in and he's trying to get it out, and he was like, I don't want to hurt you by like pulling it out. And he was like, he was dropping oil in, and he was like, if I put too much in, it'll turn it to mush.
Aye.
And he was like, I might have to get you to come back. I might have to like loosen it,
and
then get you to come back at a later date. And he was like, fucking Melly's Everest. You pulled it. I wish I kept it, man. I have like a fucking little museum.
Was it proper solid?
It was rock solid. It seemed to have like bits
Jesus.
of hair in it and that. Like it was fucking. It was a Cronenberg. It had like it was sucking his thumb. Had an umbilical cord.
Telling that right. There was a guy I used to work with when I used to work in the warehouse at Topshop. Right, it was one of my first jobs, and the guy that I worked with,
first job,
had he had a thing, right, like. At his belly button, right, there used to be like this hair that came out of it, right? That's weird, but it wasn't the kind of hair you would get in your chest or your belly. It was this really coarse, like almost horse-like hair.
Oh, yeah, like
really rough,
like a cow.
Yeah,
like really thick. I know.
Proper like matted kind of like really rough single hair coming out, right? And he used to muck about with this thing, right? And he was telling us one day, he was just mucking about with it, lying on his back in his bed and walking about with it, and he pulled it, and the fucking thing came out, right? And what came out was like this long thing about this that went right in his belly, and it was all this matted up hair and blood and shit like that. And he says he's never smelled anything like it in his life, and it must have been like some umbilical cord bit left over, and he just fucking, it was like just this disgusting thing that, and I was like,
that's
Jesus,
horrible. Like, I remember growing up, my brother had this like fucking corned beef thing in his belly button, like bit of corned beef. That's what he used to call it. Corned beef in his belly button. You're gonna finish that. he kept that for later, and I didn't know what happened with it. I didn't like, because as a kid, you fucking didn't really pay that much attention to shit. Like it just, I see pictures of him, like I've been on the beaches with him and all that. It's just not there.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if he just took it upon himself to get operated on. If it was just a wart and it fell off, I'm gonna like write a note, ask Gav what that corned beef was in his belly button, because this is literally the first time I thought of it in about fucking 30 years.
Aye.
About 30 years I haven't thought about Gav's belly button corned beef. I must ask him about that. Shall we get him on the blower now?
Aye, phone him now.
Shall we get him on the blower now? Fucking how it, Gav, tell us about your belly button corned beef. Yeah, let's make sure this is on. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's not coming through. Hold on, I need to connect this to the Bluetooth. Oh, it was yesterday when I'd done the settings. Roadcaster, there it is. There we go, it's connected.
Is it connected now?
Yeah, sorry about this,
Class.
guys. Right,
That's coming through
that's
now.
coming through now. Let's just give it a bit of... He's a grafter now. He's a sparky by trade, Gav. So you know what? He'll be fucking up the eyes and dust new, pulling the wire out so he can rewire a house. And he'll be like fucking taking his goggles off and fucking putting his tools to taking his gloves off. His fucking phone's fucking where the fuck is it?
Christ, it's Kai in the middle of the day. Wonder what's up.
Oh, shit, something's up. Yeah, me brother. Yeah, and he rings if it's important. Like, doesn't just ring for a chat or a kid. Fuck it. Then ask him about his belly button fluff. Let's not trivialise it. It was corned beef. No one's had a fluff pie, have they? Right. Look, tune in on Thursday. Like, call it clickbait for the fucking Patreon episode. Yeah. I'll have a full fucking dossier on Gav's corned beef.
Get photos as well. Try and get photos.
You know what? I wonder if photos of that would exist, because surely, like, beach holder, because we only had one beach holder as kids, but there's bound to be a saying that what ginger.
Aye.
Ginger kids.
Plus, you wouldn't be able to.
Ginger kids didn't get their top off on the beach, like.
Even if
that
it
would
was,
that would be negligent. We're in Portugal and all, like that would be worse than Maddie.
it would have been.
It's one thing leaving your kid at home while you're going for a drink. It's another thing taking your ginger kid to the beach and taking their top off.
Yeah, you
know,
wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to zoom.
Neglect.
You wouldn't be able to zoom in on it anyway, unless because it would be a Polaroid. So unless
it would be a
unless your mum and
picture.
dad specifically went up to take a picture of the corned beef bit, then you probably would be able to see it. We'll never know.
Aye, fuck, aye. You didn't document that sort of shit there.
No.
What a waste.
It'd be weird if they did though. If your mum's got an album full of weird shit you had in your body.
Well, they keep your teeth and all that, don't they? Like, do you keep the teeth of your kids when
Fuck that. That's disgusting, man. Nah, I don't keep any teeth.
I think we brought us rat's tails somewhere in a fucking baby book.
Oh, really? Aye.
They had a plaited rat's tail on them. Like a bogan. Like a proper good old fashioned fucking Aussie redneck bogan.
Aye.
He had like a plaited pig's tail thing, rat's tail, and
when he was you young
kid, like
a kid.
Not a baby, but like run, a nipper.
Old enough to know it was wrong.
Old enough to know what the fuck's this. Because I remember when they tried to grow them on with both. And I was just like, how are you guys?
Aye.
I get bullied enough.
Yeah, exactly.
How many times did you make piss myself at school before?
I won't even be able to run away because now they've got something to drag me back with. The fuck are you going?
Now I got to school, they're like, oh, there's that guy whose brother's got a fucking belly button corned beef and a fatted pig's tail. Maybe they've got his fucking belly button beef in a fucking album somewhere.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Belly button beef.
That could also be the title of the podcast. so many titles. Aye. So I was getting my teeth. Well, let's call it excavated. They were getting my teeth out of trouble, and they started like because he was saying like it might pinch a bit. It's been a couple of years since you've had it done and all that, right? So like it may hurt when I'm near your gums. So put your hand up if you need us to stop. And then they started like talking to each other about the Ozark. The Ozark.
The Ozark.
I'm bad at that, man.
Stupid old bastard.
I'm bad at getting the names of things that I like a little bit wrong.
Oh, they were talking about
such a boomer thing to do.
They were talking about the Ozark on the Netflix.
Mate, I'm getting really bad at it. Gods of War 4, Kino and the Spirit Bridge. I've been fucking terrible at it. There's records of us on this just doing it like earnestly. To start talking about Ozark, and I was literally about to raise my hand and be like, it doesn't hurt, but any spoilers. Like, but they're up to season 3.
All right, that's all right.
So I was like,
that's all right then.
This is nice.
I didn't go to the dentist for years, which I imagine won't surprise many people.
You need to go in for an estimate. They need to get scaffolded in.
Yeah, yours is a 2-man job. Mine's an entire team. But I didn't go because when I was wee, I had to get root canal surgery once, and this one back here. And it's honestly the most painful thing I've ever gone through in my life. Because I imagine now anaesthetic's a lot better, but then it wasn't that great. And because it was down in one of the canals, they have to drill into the canal. So it's this tiny, thin wee drill. And it goes right down and touches the nerve. And it was fucking agony. And I fainted. Like my dad was. I was maybe about 12 or something. So my dad was driving me back, and I fainted in the car park, and he had to carry me to the car. And then I was like that. So I hated it. Now I must have been older because then when I went,
you just traumatized yourself from it.
Well, when I went to uni, and now I'm not living with my mum and dad anymore, so I don't get made to go to the dentist. So I just went, oh fuck, I'm not going. I don't like them. And then when I eventually did go back, they said to me, why have you not been for a while? So to avoid that awkwardness of getting a row off, I don't know why, I get proper nervous and anxious if someone in that kind of position gives you a row for something. Like you could just go, none of your fucking business why I'm not coming back. But so I said that I'd had a really traumatic experience with a dentist previously.
You started crying.
And and it was like, what happened? And I can't even remember what I said, but I basically made it sound like I'd been abused by a dentist when I was younger and never bothered to correct them. So they're going away going, that poor guy got buggered by, as if I'd woke up after being put out to find like footprints on the handlebars, and this guy's just been making me suck his dick while I've been out.
Oh my god, fucking aye. So, you don't go back to your dentist because he thinks you've been raped by a dentist.
I know what your people are like.
My dentist's a podcast listener.
Oh, aye.
Because I started listening. I started talking about how I wanted to get my teeth straightened. He was like, "Oh, come to practice." It's in Bridgeton.
Yeah,
And
Bridgeton.
apparently,
Aye.
I've been calling it Bridgerton.
Bridgeton.
Which is Natalie's pointed out. There's a big difference between the BLM period drama.
Yeah.
That's highly sexualized to the train spotting period drama that is Bridgeton. There was someone Charlie said to us, I'm on first name terms with me dad. Charlie said to us that he saw a woman huffing deodorant on his way into work early doors on a Monday, fucking pulling a Lynx Africa through a hoodie. Old woman with about 6 hats on.
Do you remember at the Glasgow stand? Do you remember Yoda that used to work there?
Used to?
He doesn't work there anymore.
Oh, wait, no.
He was one of the casualties of the pandemic.
Fuck.
So he's never come back. He was a fucking great guy, man.
Fuck.
Mental bastard. I remember being in there one night, and it was like the end of the festival or something, and I was standing away.
I'm good at this.
Do you remember Mikey Adams?
Yes,
He was a comic.
A
Comic who's now like a fucking captain of a pirate ship and shit like that. So,
Really?
yeah, genuinely, genuine. His job is he basically takes people's ships from place to place for them. So he's like a fucking captain on a galleon. Like, it's amazing.
It's the coast of West Africa.
Yeah, like. I remember we were pissed, and I had poppers. So we were tanning poppers on the stand, and Yoda goes to us, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Poppers, do you want some?" And he went, "Fucking poppers." And then he reached back and got like this canister of like methane gas. And you know the kind of things you need to pierce to get out. He did that and went. Like, what the fuck? Like the kind of things you'd take camping and put on a fucking to cook the stove.
Just a
You mad bastard.
colour gas bottle. Fucking big blue bottle twisted the tail under his arm. Like fucking King of the Hill. Hank Hill. Propane, that was the word I was looking for.
Propane.
Is that what he smuggled out of Mogadishu? Like smuggling propane out of Mogadishu, just gets high on it in Glasgow on his time. Jesus wept. That's so funny when you haven't seen the guy in a while and you're like, oh, you should see him now, he's a pirate. Huffed stove gas. He literally gets high on stove gas. He's on the carbon monoxide now. Like in small doses it's a good laugh. It can kill you in your sleep. It's a silent killer, but it's a silent good time in small doses.
Just doing lines of asbestos.
I ever microdosed anthrax.
What?
I'm still in the bit, Mark. I'm still in the bit. Wait till the camera's off and we'll talk about it for real. We've got one each now.
Yeah.
You were like, I got kicked in RE for watching the Pammy and Tommy. That's the worst when you say something in the bit and the person forgets you're in the bit and goes, really? And the bit shatters around you and you're being accused of something. So just to put the record clear, I don't microdose anthrax. Your Honour.
That TV show's on Disney now. The Pammy and Tommy.
I was going to say dope sick. So on about the drugs. Pammy and Tommy. The Pammy and Tommy sex tapes on Disney.
No.
Fuck, man. I mean, the kids are going to get it anyway. You know, that's like parents that go, well, they're going to drink on the streets, so might as well let them drink in the house. Fucking put the porn on Disney.
Yeah. They're going to wank anyway. We might as well show them the best.
You may as well toss them off. So anyway, there's a Pam and Tommy documentary.
No, it's not a documentary. It's a TV show. It's what's the guy that plays Winter Soldier?
Oh,
and
fucking
Stan. Is it Stan Smith?
Someone Stan. It's like Jack Stan or something.
Aye.
Stan's his second name.
Sebastian Stan. Sebastian Stan.
We got there.
Stan Smith.
Couple of fucking middle-aged guys scratching the inside of their brain for a name.
So he plays Tommy Lee, and the actress Lily James plays Pamela. Seth Rogen's in it as well.
Aye.
And it's about the guys that...
He's in most stuff, let's be honest.
Yeah. It's about the guys that steal the tape, because they stole it from their house. And then they didn't realise what they'd got, and they basically watched... I've not watched it yet, but I remember at the time. And so they found this fucking porno that and they were like, Jesus Christ, we need to show everyone this. So that was like one of the first ever
Did
things
they
on
make
the
money
internet.
off it?
Yeah, a fortune, I
Did
think.
they?
I think.
The ones that had the tape?
Or maybe they didn't, because I think maybe they intended to make a fortune, but then once it's online, people then went, well, we can just download this, and then suddenly it's everywhere.
Man, there should be some kind of like, if somebody makes money because at the time, like, right, let's put it like this, like upskirting become a rule recently, right? And I was like, I can't believe it's took this long to
exactly,
to be a rule.
Yeah.
And then it was Natalie's dad had gone where the technology had to be a thing before it could be a rule. You couldn't have the rule from upskirting in the fucking like 60s.
Yeah.
When there wasn't such thing as like you had to have like a big hook-up camera.
Yeah.
Like it's impossible.
Yeah. There's a guy sketching underneath.
So the technology has to develop into a point where like you've got the camera in your hand and it's like
that's true.
For
Actually,
them to go, like it's a modern problem that has to be dealt with now.
Yeah, that's true.
So like it had to be. So at the time, revenge porn wouldn't have been a thing until around about that era.
Yeah.
And they were like the fucking money enough to have a camcorder.
Yeah.
So like revenge porn wouldn't have just been a day-to-day crime.
Yeah.
So this would have been like an early incidence of revenge porn, and they've profited from what's essentially a heinous crime.
Is it revenge porn though?
Is it? It's on a technicality because revenge porn. If me and you shagged and then I started fucking like pumping the video around to people, that's revenge porn, right? But if Natalie started pumping around the video to people, like she stole the video, would that be revenge porn once revenge porn once removed?
Actually, that's a good point because they didn't want it released.
Yeah.
So
they were violated.
Yeah.
They've been violated and somebody profited from violating them.
Yeah.
So even though it's a different time back then, they still got paid for it. They should be fucking give that money back.
Yeah.
They should be like, what he did back then, that was
it's fucking class.
And it's a weird one because backdating crimes.
Yeah.
Like if they just all of a sudden made like alcohol illegal and then started D&E for being a drug abuser.
Aye.
And that's on a completely different level. But if something wasn't a law and then gets made a law, you're really opening a can of worms if you start fucking backdating.
I don't think they could.
You might have to just leave the past in the past. Like.
Yeah. Oh,
is Gav coming back?
Yes.
Gav, mate? Oh. Jay, heads up, you're on the podcast.
What, right now?
You're live on the podcast right now with me and Mark Nelson.
Hi, Gav.
Yo.
yeah, mate, I don't mean to put you on the spot now. It doesn't embarrass you.
Sorry, mate.
But what happened to the corned beef in your belly button?
That's a memory that I haven't fucking told into for ever and ever, and I've just recently been thinking about that. What happened to Ben and that?
Honestly, because Gav, I hadn't thought about it for years, but we were talking about somebody finding something in their belly button when Mark was in school, and I was like, fucking hell, Gav had corned beef in his, and then all of a sudden I've been on holiday with him loads.
Mark, did you cut the umbilical for your bed?
What? No, I didn't know. I can't even remember that actually happening.
Did it with his teeth?
Just gnawing away at them.
I cut the cord on Elad, so I can only imagine that my dad did a proper fuck up of a job on mine. I can see. He gets off on the fucking scalp. He's like, it's all right, I've brought my own tools.
Pair of garden shears.
Got a bread knife. So it was just a bit of your umbilical cord.
I think so. I think it was just a fuck up job, and then I remember going in and they froze it off. They put some like chemical fucking frost on.
Wartner.
And it just dropped off.
There might have been that Wartner stuff that I used on my warts on my hand. Might have been that.
And then I think Mum kept it in the jar.
You know what? I'm not even shitting you. I mentioned that could be the case because she keeps teeth and she's got your rat's tail.
How macabre is that? I think it was Reece Nicholson's special I was watching the other day. He delved into it, how macabre it is that parents just keep fucking bits of you.
That's mint.
Gav,
Yo.
see when you're cutting the umbilical cord, what do they give you?
You know what it is? It was like it was a set of shears, but they looked straight out of the fucking 1930s, like a proper industrial set of shears.
Oh, really?
Mm.
And is it tough?
Yeah.
Is it an effort to do it?
Yes, it was fucking tough. It was. And blue, really, like a real deep blue colour as well.
That's quite a big job to give somebody that's like the most like fucked up emotional state of their life.
I know.
you just literally watched your partner going through hell, this new child come into the world, and then they're like, fucking roll your sleeves up, lad, clock in.
Here's a pair of shears.
I'd have put you on the spot as well. Like, either got jammed on the way out, so they had to hit the emergency button, and 12 of them flooded in, right? It's like, I'm having an out-of-body experience. I just fucking received the outskirts of the room. All these people's diving in on fucking alley. And I'm like, I'm asking what the hell's going on. A doctor's in there sharpening his scalpel in case he has to like start making incisions to get her out. Like, and eventually they get her out carefully and the panic's over. And then it's like, oh, would you like to cut the umbilical cord? I'm there like, fucking, I've never had a less steady hand in my life.
Fucking hell. I can't believe they give you a shift on the ward and that's it.
It's like cutbacks of the NHS.
You're like, I'm fucking drunk. I've had half a bottle of whiskey. Cutbacks.
Just start rocking back and forth in the corner.
Fucking I'll hold this next to this newborn life. These metal tools. Wait, mate, just for returning me call, bud.
In hindsight, that's probably.
You're cutting off a bit now, mate. You're cutting off a bit now. Gee, we're going to have to wrap up the podcast because Mark's got to go on. But chuffed having you on there, but I'll give you a proper ring in a minute.
I didn't want to be. I'll see you soon.
Hey, chat you later, Gav. Bye. Bye. Wrong number. Mate, we'll wrap up. You know what? We've wrote dad jokes, but do you have to bounce? Should we do them on Thursday?
No, we'll go. Okay, we could do them. Well, unless you want to save it, but
yeah, we'll write some new ones for Thursday. If you
cool.
It's a class out, J on there. So there we go. It was a bit of fucking mystery solved, Scoob. It was a bit of a umbilical cord all along.
That fucking fat that your mum kept in a jar. Some kind of mad scientist.
Like, if any podcast listeners want to make a voodoo doll of me brother,
you could go around to your mum's. You could pretty much make a whole Gav with all the shit she's kept.
I just plug them together. Wait, you want again?
I'll go. Kai, every time your dad plays Monopoly, it goes as the wee car so he can go broom broom as he's going around.
Your dad sometimes ties his cock and his balls into a neat little bow.
Your dad's got a pair of dress Crocs for weddings and funerals.
Your dad's too shy for sex.
Every time your dad takes a shit, he yells bombs away and salutes.
Your dad doesn't know the words to Mr. Brightside.
I don't even know if I should do this one. But,
Fucking hell.
Your dad's hero is Mason Greenwood, and he only found out he was a footballer the other day.
Oh no. They made an action figure of your dad, and when you pull the lever on the back it cries. Is that five?
That's me out.
Fucking dad jokes are back. Thanks, Mark, for bringing it back.
No,
Cheers for stepping in for Danny. It's class having you here. And tune in for Thursday. We'll come up with a little bit of structure for Thursday.
Aye,
We'll do a
sound.
little game of sorts. Obviously, a bit of fucking chat and banter around it. But
Grand.
we'll figure it out. Sign up to Patreon if you haven't already. And to everybody else, see you Thursday. We're out.